Okay, Movement Monday, reverse bridge today. We're going to work on a great little exercise that I find is a great way to find alignment or activation of your core. Your shoulders open up, thoracic spine opening, hips as well. Great way as a warm-up exercise or also just as an exercise as a standalone within your routine. A good one to get good at. So here we go. Let's give it a try. So basic setup, just like a regular bridge. I'm going to start with 2 feet on the floor, kind of drawn towards my heels towards my glutes. My hand placement, I can go in any position I want, but for our purposes here today, we're going to go externally rotated. So I'm going to have my hands facing away from me so I can maximally externally rotate my shoulders. So the idea is simply to drive up from here with the hips into a tabletop. So there we go, there's our tabletop. And I want to try and get up as high as I can. So I'm squeezing the glutes and lifting the hips up. So getting them into extension of the hips and trying to get the hips up as high as I can. When people first start, they usually have trouble getting off the ground and into that tabletop position. So I'll call that the hammock. They usually sit about halfway up. The key here is to just practice driving the hips up, extending the hips into a maximal extended position to get your tabletop back. All right, so once you've got that, the next step would be to show you some variations. So variation, we can actually drive up to our tabletop, and then we can extend a leg and hold it in a 3-point contact. We could drive the leg straight up, straight out, to the side, doesn't matter. You've got your 3 points, hips have to be elevated through it. We can also do the same for the arm, so I can lift up and do a reach back. I could reach across. I could turn across to get the hips to get a little bit of rotation and extension. And then from there, I can bring myself back down, go back to a tabletop, and then I'm going to drive one leg and one arm. So I got a 2-point contact. Again, I can do different reach positions to challenge it from there. Okay, so another good one is in the Turkish get-up. So what we're going to do there is we're going to set up in our get-up position. So it's going to be like this. So I'm going to set myself on the floor. I got 4 points of contact. So my first step is to drive myself up to the forearm, to the wrist, and then drive up. So there's my bridge, 3-point contact. From there, I want to be able to basically lift and go to a 2-point contact because part of the get up is getting this leg that's elevated underneath to drive up to the next stage. Okay? So there's some variations on a reverse bridge. Give them a try.